Welcome to my channel. I am Mama Dove 64 and I am here with my co-star Alexia Warrior.
Hey!
And we are doing part 2 of bullying and cyberbullying, and we are on the next part of what actually happened from the first video. If you guys have not watched the first video, please check it out. We're going to leave a link at the very end of this video, and let's go into talking about what actually happened on part 2. This is part 2 where the kids are still, or we don't know if they're kids or adults, because there are adults who come on the game and bully kids too, and they also bully other adults on the game. So we don't know what they are, adults, kids, or whatever. They're still here at Alexio's house, still trying to bully him. As you guys can see, I went in here in the first video and started reporting them, but they kept on talking and kept on going, and it was taking such a long time for them to respond to the moderators. All right, so here we go. If you are under the age of 18, or if you are currently being bullied, whether you're being bullied at school, at work, at home, or whatever situation on the internet or on the game, and you're sensitive to this topic, please be advised that this is a very touchy situation, touchy topic for people to handle. We are going to give some helps and some pointers on how to handle bullying, so make sure you guys stay all the way to the end, and please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about is reasons why people tend to bully. One could be the feeling of being powerful. The person who is the bullier, they want to feel powerful and like they like in God status or whatnot, so they bully other people. Number one could be because that same person who's bullying could probably be getting bullied at home or at work or outside in other social media or whatever. They could be getting bullied themselves. Another reason a person can bully is because they're jealous of someone, or they're frustrated because someone has something more than they do. I've seen this a lot, especially on Welcome to Bloxburg. If you got a lot of money, or if you got a fantastic looking build, then people will gang up on you on the game and bully you, especially if you don't give them part of your money. The next will be lack of understanding and empathy. They don't understand that they're hurting your feelings, or they don't care that they're hurting your feelings, so they do it just because. Another one is they're looking for attention, whether they're at home, they're looking for attention, whether they're looking for attention on the game, because then one person started the bullying, then the next person would join in, and then the next person would join in. And you see that actually in this series, because it started off with one girl, then the next girl came, then the next girl came, then the next girl came, and it was just like they just ricocheted off of each other. Another one would be mimicking somebody they know, or mimicking what they've seen in life, so they come on the game and mimic what they see, and then they do it to other people who are innocent. Another one is bullying behavior gives them rewards. They get rewards by making someone else feel low, or tearing somebody apart, or making them feel less than. The last one is the inability to relate or regulate their emotions. They don't care. They don't want to regulate their emotions. They just want to see somebody else in pain. And all of these reasons are horrible reasons to bully somebody. There's no good reason to bully somebody, to hurt someone. So I have a question for you, Alexia.
Huh?
Have you ever been bullied other than this incident on the game?
Yes.
And how did you feel when it was happening?
I just felt like they was jealous of me, because I just think some people just get mad and they just get a thrilling, a sick thrilling off of being jealous of you, and so they try to bully you. So I just feel like they was jealous of me, and so I didn't care. And so when that happened, I just thought that they was jealous of me. So I just moved on with my life. I didn't care. And so they tried to come back, and I just kept ignoring them, and then they left me alone.
My next question, Alexia, is being in school. We're not going to tell what grade you are actually in. That's not anyone's business. But in school, have you ever faced a bully?
Yeah, I faced bullies.
And what happened? As far as how did you handle it?
So, I literally was like I just looked at them, they looked at me, and I just walked away from them. And they tried to say something, and I just kept walking like they ain't say nothing. And so, yeah, they got mad at me for that, and I really didn't care.
Did you ever tell me, your mom, or your dad about what was going on?
Yes.
Did we handle the situation?
Yes.
Parents, you are not hopeless in the matter. If you find out your child is being bullied, please take immediate action, because bullying can lead to some very serious consequences. And I know that mostly when it comes to Roblox or Bloxburg or whatnot, there's a lot of adults mixed in because of the pandemic now. And there's a lot of terrible people on the game, terrible kids, terrible adults on the game. So please, if you notice bullying, if your child comes and tell you that there's bullying going on, please don't just brush it to the side. Take immediate action. Find the person's name on here on the game. Block them, report them, do whatever has to be done to keep your kid safe on social media. Now I want to talk about the effects of bullying. The effects of bullying can carry on all the way until adulthood. So if your kid is getting bullied and they're extremely sad, or they go into depression or anxiety, it can actually last until adulthood if there's no help being brought. The bullied can become the next bullier. So the person who's getting bullied, they feel like they lost their power. They have to regain it. So now they're bullying somebody else that's weaker than them, which is a vicious cycle, because all it does is repeat continuously. This can also lead to feelings of isolation, depression, rejection, and cause anxiety and depression as well. Depression itself is one horrible beast. Yes, it is. Anxiety is a horrible beast, and that can lead to PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and that is some serious stuff, because that actually leads to suicide. Bullying can also cause a person to be suicidal or murder someone. Now, I know that in reality, there's a lot of school shootings going on. There's a lot of mass shootings, and we don't know exactly in every situation what causes a person to take those extreme measures. But from what I have studied, there's been kids who's been teased and bullied in school, and they find no relief. So they go home and either kill themselves, or they pick up some kind of weapon and come in and kill somebody else. And all this could be avoided if we talk to our children and teach our children what kindness really looks like. Alexia, I would like to ask you, what were your feelings when you got bullied? Were you angry? Were you happy? Were you frustrated? Did you want to punch somebody? How did you actually feel?
I wanted to punch them, and I was angry. Yeah.
Did you punch the person?
Nope.
You kept your hands to yourself? Thank you. You did an awesome job. Violence should never be the answer. It should never be a cause in which anybody pick up a weapon or use their hands or feet or even bite someone and violence is the answer. It's not the answer. There's other ways in which a parent, a teacher, a police officer, anyone can deal with bullying and abuse. Now I want to talk about what you can do if you see somebody being bullied, or if you're being bullied, or if you're being bullied, or your children are getting bullied, okay? The first thing you want to do is help somebody in need. I know that they have this do not snitch policy that's out here, but sometimes you can do whatever you have to do anonymously. So if that means you anonymously go get help for someone in school that's being bullied, or someone in their home life that's being bullied, do it anonymously. At least try your best to help. Now, if you jump in the middle of it and you want to go to blows with that person that's getting bullied, you just remember that if you swing, someone else will swing too. But be prepared for whatever consequences come for your actions, okay? The next thing you can do is tell somebody. A police officer, a teacher, the moderators on the game, a parent, tell somebody who is in authority, who has the capabilities of doing something to handle the situation, okay? Don't just sit there and let it happen. Okay, the next thing is, do not ignore bullying. Whether it's you being bullied or whether it's a child being bullied, don't just sit there and ignore it. Because what happens when you ignore it, the person who's being bullied, they go into their depression or their rejection mode or isolation. And the person who is bullied is not going to just stop with that person. They're going to continue to the next person and to the next person and to the next person, and the cycle continues. I got another question for you, Alexia. Have you ever seen someone get bullied? And if you did, what was your response?
I've never seen nobody get bullied except for myself.
Then what was your response?
I told you my response. Like, I just walked away from the situation.
Okay. Here are some definite signs that someone is being bullied. Please make sure you take note. The loss of interest in activities. All of a sudden, they don't want to go to school. If they're a child, they don't want to play with other kids. They don't want to play with their toys. They no longer want to watch TV. They want to just literally isolate. When it comes to adults, because adults get bullied and abused too, then you want to pay attention to if the person wants to go outside with other adults, if they want to be interactive with their kids or whatnot, because abuse comes in all stages. It does not just happen to young kids, or it does not just happen in domestic violence. It happens all over the place, even in the workplace, okay? The next one is torn clothes. If you see a kid coming around and they're in school or whatever, and their clothes are ripped to shred and they torn, they look raggedy, they look dirty and unkept, something's wrong. Okay, the next one is if they ask you for extra money and supplies. Can I have some money? Why do you need extra money? I'm hungry. Why are you hungry? If you just came home from your home, why are you hungry? Something is happening. Okay, withdrawal. Withdrawal means they no longer want to be bothered with anybody. It's all introverted. It's all in the inside. They don't want to let anything out. They're holding their emotions. They don't want to let you see them cry or let them see them hurt. So be really cautious when you see it. The loss of friends. When they don't have any friends no more, they don't have anybody to play with, they pushing everybody away. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to be around you. That's all signs of them being bullied. The drop in grades. Once upon a time, the student was an A student, and all of a sudden, they're literally failing in every class, or they're failing in the number one classes in which they did well. Something is going on. The loss of playing at certain games, especially on Roblox. There are certain games each kid seems to adapt to, teenagers, adult, whatever. You will find one game in which you want to play. All of a sudden, they don't want to play that game no more. They don't want to go over here because something happened. Somebody either bullied them on the game or somebody tried to make them feel less than. Please, as parents, as adults, pay attention to your children. All of a sudden, they don't want to play Roblox anymore. All of a sudden, they don't want to play their game systems anymore. Something happened, okay? Pay attention. On this part of the video, I want to just clue you into what's happening. The people here continue for 45 minutes total to bully us for no reason. And we asked them deliberately to stop. We tried to be kind to them and everything. So then it dawned on me that normally when I build in walls to keep people away. So I decided to build walls around Alexio's house. And when I did, you guys, the reaction that we got is priceless. All of a sudden, they all just start leaving because they had no one else to sit here and bully. Especially if you cut the abuser off, you guys, they have no one to abuse but themselves. So that is what's happening. I am building walls to fortify us into our plot, and we are going on about our business, which caused them to get frustrated and leave. Now I want to talk about what can parents do if they see their kids being bullied on the game or in real life or in school. There are 6 major things you can do. You can teach your kids how to problem solve without violence. Teach them how to think on their toes. Teach them how to think and outwit the bully. The next thing you can do is give your kids positive feedback when they deal with the issue in a positive manner. This builds their self-esteem and ensures them that they made the right decision. Next is to ask your child every single day, how is your day? Listen. Stop talking as a parent, because I know we want to talk, but sometimes we have to be quiet and actually listen to our kids. All right? Even when they're talking about gaming, even when they're talking about classmates and social medias, and even when they're talking about any problems that they're having, pay attention. Next is to take bullying serious. Do not push you to the side and be like, boy, get over it, or girl, get over it, because it's something that's really hurting them. Pay attention, you guys. All right? Most kids are embarrassed to actually talk about being bullied or being abused. So when it happens, please zero in and pay attention. Next, you can see that bullying never stops if it does not get handled. So it continues as a vicious cycle, as I already said. If you see bullying happening, stop it immediately. Even if your kid is the bully. Nobody want to sit there and say, oh, my kid is a bully. But in reality, somebody has to be the bullier and then somebody has to be the bullied. So if your child is the bully or the abuser, get a handle on your child. Okay? Encourage your child to help others if they're seeing someone get bullied. That means pay attention. Teach your kids how to keep their eyes open. And if they see something happen, say something. Speak up anonymously, or they can do it right then and there. If they're afraid, anonymously. If they're not afraid and they're bold, then they do it right then and there. Okay, you guys, I know this series is very touching. It hits a lot of home spots for all of us as parents, and even our babies who are on the games, our teenagers, our young people, our preteens or whatnot that's on the game. I'm just encouraging you guys to pay attention. No one deserves to be bullied or abused on social media, in school, at home, or any place, even on the job. All right, I am Mama Dove 64, aka Happy Happiness on the game, and I am here yet again with Alexio Warrior.
Hello.
And we are asking you guys to please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the very next video. Please be kind to each other.
See you in the next video.